Yep.
Internet. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Morrow, and with me again are Jen Kitzman and Sam Waller, and we are Slugfest Games, makers of the Red Dragon Inn series that has sold tens of copies around the world. So today we're playing a completely different game because basically we don't want this stream to just be us playing Red Dragon Inn till the end of time. So today we are going to play Terraforming Mars. Terraforming Mars is an excellent sort of it. One of the reasons it's such a cool game is that it occupies a really neat space kind of in between. It's mostly a Euro game, but it's got a little more randomness than a lot of Euro games, and it's got a teensy weensy bit of direct attacking, which most Euro games don't have. And so, yeah, really fun Euro game. I think this is actually one of the best games that's come out in the past, 10 years or so. It's loads of fun. So we're playing that. It's by Stronghold Games, by the way. You can, you can get the paper copy at wherever it is you buy games these days. But there's also a online version, which we're going to be playing now, and they are both excellent, and you should totally check them out. So at the beginning of the game here, you'll be watching along with Sam because he has the best setup for streaming. And the first thing you do is you pick a corporation, and as we actually start start along in the game, we will explain more of how this all works. So, Sam, feel free to talk through your logic as you pick. No, I can hear you. Uh-oh. Can you? Hey, chat. Can you hear me?
And me? Because,
We'll give chat a second. Okay, good. Chat can hear me and Jen. So now now it's Sam time. So interestingly, we are connected to Sam via Skype, and so we can hear Sam, but apparently he didn't set things up in OBS, the chat, the streaming software. So we're gonna get that.
Activate this, and now you all should be able to hear me. Yes? Yes.
fingers crossed.
Tell us, chat.
Nat, am I here?
Sam, okay. They can hear him.
Yay! Thanks, everybody.
I made a joke about how I could be planting trees or I could be throwing rocks, and I chose throwing rocks. The reason why I would like to throw rocks at Mars is because Mars is under mass, and we need to increase the mass of Mars so it can actually have a temperature. That's
sort of how that works.
Science.
So
also throwing asteroids tends to be the way you primarily attack other people. At least that's how I've come to understand it.
That's correct.
Because I can throw my asteroids at their stuff. And get a bunch of cool stuff on demand. The tricky bit is I have to find those asteroids to throw them.
Yeah, there's a handful of them in the deck. So speaking of the deck, we are now selecting cards. Anytime you have to select cards, at the beginning of the game you select from 10 of them, but on each round you select from 4 of them, and you can keep whichever cards you want, but the downside is you have to pay 3 money per card that you keep. So that's what we're going to figure out now. Yep. And there's that. Ooh, I want this, I think.
What corporation?
And I think I know what corporation. I'm taking the United Nations Mars Initiative.
Ooh.
I am Tharsis.
What did the United Nations Mars Initiative do, Jen?
So they start with 40 megabucks, and if my terraform rating was raised this generation, I can pay 3 megabucks to raise it by 1 step more.
Okay. And we'll explain what the heck that means soon. What you do?
Yes.
What you taking, Jeff?
I am the Tharsis Republic. Whenever somebody builds a city, I get a bonus, and my first action of the game is to build a city.
Ooh, fancy.
I want this. Yeah, okay.
Am I going to be doing plants at all? I don't think I'm going to be doing plants at all.
I think I might be taking too many cards.
Well, you should definitely take every single one and start the game with no money.
I think I've kept 8 before.
Good lord!
Yeah, I think I've kept 8.
It's a lot.
That is many.
It is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna keep 5.
I think I'm only taking 3. Oh, wait, am I taking this?
So, that's for those of you who have not played, the way turn order works is first everybody gets 4 cards, 4 new cards, and can pick as many or as few as they want at a cost of 3 each. Now, in the first round, you don't do that because we instead get an initial hand of 10 and can pick cards among those, but we still have to pay for them. After we pick our cards, we simply go in turn order. Each player can take up to 2 actions on their turn, and it keeps going around. If you take 0 actions on your turn, you pass and you're out for the entire rest of the round. But you can take 1 or 2 actions and then keep going around the board until nobody has anything else to do. Now, what are the actions you can do? Well, Sam,
allow me to explain.
Allow Sam to demonstrate because he's going first. So, for example, playing a card is an action. Using an ability on a card is an action. Playing one of the standard projects is an action, which Sam may
show. So these are the standard actions. These are things you could do without having to have the card resources on hand or any of these resources. You just spend money to do the thing. These golden boxes are mega credits or super dollars or what have you. So
Bucks.
I could spend 25 Mars bucks and build a city, which will increase my income by 1, and also place a city on the map. I can also play a card from my hand for their listed quantity of mega bucks. And sometimes there's other costs, but I didn't take any of those cards. Like, I could play this card to throw an asteroid at Mars, which I'll probably do. And then, as I acquire blue cards, I'll be able to get actions that only I can take that'll live in this box. But I haven't played any blue cards, so I don't get them anymore. Or yet. So, what am I going to do? Oh, yeah, and the game ends. How does the game end, Jeff?
How does the game end? So we are terraforming Mars, and we're trying. You get points for doing various terraforming things, but the game ends when all the terraforming is done. Meaning, the oxygen has risen up to 14%. The temperature has gone from -30, which it is now, all the way up to 8°C.
That's Celsius.
And we've made 9 oceans.
Yes.
So once all 3 of those conditions are met, you finish the current round, and then the game ends. Yeah. But with one little extra phase at the end that we'll get to later. So.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this here card for 10 megabucks. I'm bringing pets to Mars because that's clearly the most important thing to do.
Oh,
did you say pecs or pets? Because that's a very okay.
Pecs, yeah.
Little cute doggies.
So
that now goes to my cards played.
whenever somebody builds a city, Sam is going to get a pet counter on that card, and those are worth points at the end of the game.
Yay! It's a great card to play at the very start of the game.
Particularly against Tharsis, yes.
Oh, excellent.
So.
Wait, is Tharsis the city corp?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. How convenient.
Yep.
All right,
so,
and then do I throw a rock? I could throw a rock. Let's throw a rock.
Notice that if Sam wanted to know whether I'm Tharsis, he could actually click on me and then click on my
correct.
Click on me and then click on my corporation to get all the information he needs.
Ooh, so I know that Jeff has 5 cards in his hand and 25 dollarinos, and he can look at what his special ability is, which is whenever anyone builds cities, Jeff gets more economy.
I get stuff.
And then Jen's stuff, where as long as she's terraforming Mars, she can pay just a little bit of money and terraform it extra.
By the way, chat, just because we're playing Mars doesn't mean we're not going to answer questions. So if you have questions about Red Dragon Inn or stuff, feel free. If there was a question that you thought of right after last week's stream and you were like, oh, I should have asked this, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. We've got a question. How we doing?
Oh, hello, Mox Crystal.
Hey.
We're all doing same old here. I mean, as we've talked about before on this stream, we've never had an office, so we all work from home anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying out a goofy new stool chair.
Ooh, fancy.
Hold on, let's see if I can. Behold, stream.
Wait, that's a drum stool right there. That's like,
yeah,
you're ready to rock out.
Yeah, right? But it's supposed to engage my core so that I don't get as fat from sitting down.
Let me lift my chair and then get a hernia.
Yes. I mean, it sounds like you have a real, genuine office chair.
Yeah, I got it from when Mom's employer was closing up shop. I'm like, I'll take a free chair.
Yeah. It does squish down when I sit. It's got like a pneumatic pillar sort of between the base and the seat. And I am still figuring out how to make that do anything. I might have to snap a few things open, gut a couple of things, and use some epoxy putty to reinforce the construction. Like, I'm really pleased with the core design and how it feels, but how it performs, not great.
Jen's not afraid of that kind of work.
All right, so I played a special card that throws a asteroid at Mars and will release oxygen and also make an ocean, which I'm about to place now. So oceans only go in these specific spots, and I can place one here and get 2 green plants, or I could place it here and get 2 cards, and I want cards. Free cards, woo!
Cards are good.
And then I get 2 plants, and I raise the oxygen level. And that's the end of my turn. I've played my 2 actions. And I go, ooh, look at the new cards I got. And
I should remember to not look at the stream when Sam's showing his hand.
Yeah, whatever.
So now
towing a comet.
Now my Mars is telling me that Sam has played pets and towing a comet. Mm-hmm. And then it will be Jen's turn.
It's my turn.
My number went from 20 to 22. Because I did 2 things that helped Mars be more livable.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, Jen?
So one of the important things in this game, for those of you who haven't played, is your terraforming rating starts at 20. This is going to eventually be your points at the end of the game, but during the game, it also controls how much money income you get every round. Your money income is income that you can increase via like card effects, but it's also plus however many terraforming points you've gotten so far. So getting that number up is important for two reasons. Yep.
All right.
I get to find out what you did.
I've thrown a very, very big meteor at Mars.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Holy asteroids.
It's hidden now.
Holy asteroids.
You made heat and plants. All right.
It's my turn. Right. I have a forced action to play due to your corporation choice. Place a city tile. So first, I place a city because I'm Tharsis. That's gonna go. Where's that gonna go?
You should put it up north, and then next to my water, and then you'll get 2 credits for it.
I want to not do that. I'm gonna go right here, and then my second action.
Oh, I guess I should slow down animations because I'm the picture viewer.
I mean,
You're the guy.
Let's see. Is that the card I want? Is this the card I want? I want this card. Or do I just want another city? No, I don't want another city yet. Okay, I'm going to play this. I'm going to put this over here, and then I'm done.
All right.
So hopefully it will. Right. Even after you take your 2 actions, it still makes you wait. There's a setting for that. Hang on.
That's where he built his city.
On rock and roll.
And then he did another card, which is now hidden. I don't know why it's hidden, but he did it.
Hidden.
Oh, a natural preserve.
Yeah, I played the natural preserve way up there in the northwest.
Ooh, yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
It's all natural.
Way up in outer space, so to speak.
It's released before the product is out. Do some people have them? Oh, we just released the rules because we had them done, so why not put them on the website?
Yeah. Also, like, our Kickstarter backers have it.
Yeah.
And so, if they lose their paper rules, they can download some PDF rules.
Yeah, that's why.
It's my turn.
Yes, it is. So the chatbot is telling you all that we're looking for playtesters, but I honestly kind of think that most of the chat right now is our already playtest group. So so thank you all. We love you all. Thank you for helping playtest for us. So
Can confirm. Yeah, it's important. We like it.
Gain 2 steel. Yeah, I guess we could gain 2 steel and more oxygen. I'm just terraforming the heck out of this planet, making all the bars go up. I don't want to make myself lose the plants, so I will choose somebody else who has plants. That'll be the Tharsis Republic.
That would be me.
1, 2, 3, not it.
1, 2, 3. You didn't even have plants.
1, 2, 3 plants. So this is, like I said earlier, this is the main way in which this game lets you attack others in a very non-Euro game fashion. Oh, attacking players. Oh, but mostly it's you can attack people's plants, as Sam just did to me because he's mean.
I am mean. I'm here to cause things to explode.
Hey, chat. Who in the chat has played this game before versus not?
Starting to run out of money.
Yeah, I'm very low on money. I think I just have to pass. I don't have anything cheap that I can do.
That is reasonable.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So Jen has passed, which means she can no longer take actions. Now, you don't have to take 2 actions on your turn. As long as you take at least 1 action, you stay in the cycle. So sometimes it's useful to like delay.
Yep.
But
Do I want to do that?
at least
Yes,
that's
I
what the
want.
tutorial taught me.
It is. That is quite correct. And this is going to do that. And I am going to put this here. And there we go. And I'm probably... Oh, no, I don't want that. Yeah, I'm going to just end my turn.
Okay.
And probably pass next time.
Convoy.
Noise.
So he got a card. He created an ocean, which increases his terraforming level. We now have 2 of the 9 oceans.
In turn, gets me more money for the rest of the game.
I'm gonna pass. I'm good.
I am probably also going to pass. I could play that card, but there really isn't much point. So, yeah, I pass. Da-da-da-da.
And now the game, if you observe at the bottom of the screen, you'll see everyone update their incomes and that sort of stuff. So Jen's making heat and plants, and Jeff's making money.
So good.
Yeah.
Number go up.
Numbers go up.
Numbers go up. Good.
Number go up. Good. My
Game
turn
number
now.
go up.
And now
Now we have to pick our 4 cards.
So for those of you looking at my screen, this caret or this tab at the top means that is a requirement. So for example, I can't play this card until the temperature of Mars is above 2 degrees Celsius, which isn't happening for a while, so I'm not going to take that card. You could do that. That's not bad.
I am taking... Wow. I'm taking 0 cards.
That's not too bad. That's... There we go. What are my cards? That's
So
what my cards are.
For people who haven't played, I'm gonna explain a couple other things. So how do you get actual points? Well, first of all, anytime you terraform Mars, your terraforming rating goes up, which, as I explained before, gives you both income and a point at the end of the game. However, there are other ways to get points,
Like milestones.
Like milestones. Sam, click on those.
I
There are 5 milestones, which is anytime you meet the conditions of any of these, you can claim it for money, and it's worth 5 points at the end of the game. Similar to milestones are the awards, which they're not races. So the milestone is you get to that thing, you activate it, it's yours, you get the 5 points. For awards, instead, you are choosing to turn them on, but they're not actually checked until the end of the game. And then first place gets 5 points, and second place gets 2 points on them. Another way to get points is some cards just have points on them. Another way like the pets. Another way to get points is at the end of the game. Every greenery tile on the board that you control is worth a point, and every city you control is worth 1 point for each greenery that lives next to it. So those are all good ways to get points. And yeah, you add them all up at the end of the game and see who wins, because it's a game with points.
Because it's a game with points. Truer words are rarer spoken.
Oh, it's my turn. Holy cow.
It is.
Yep.
I
did a standard project for once, and then I used my corporation ability.
Mm-hmm.
Jen threw an asteroid at Mars.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna. You don't know because you're watching Sam's screen, but I'm playing a card that I will explain in a moment, and then I will yield my turn. Okay. So some cards have a building icon in the upper right. With those cards, you can pay steel, which is the second resource from the left. You can pay steel in place of 2 money of the cost of that card, which I did.
And this is a blue card, which means it could give him an action. In this case, he could spend 10 mega credits to increase his heat production.
Which I'm probably going to do.
He's going to make the world explode. More explosions.
Hopefully.
All right, what am I doing? I've got $27. What do I want to do with those $27? I probably want to play this card. I almost definitely want to play this card. Yeah, we're going to play this card. Whee! So this is the interface, so I could decrease the cost of this card by burning a steel, but I could also just pay the $1 for it. So this is going to decrease my mega credit production for the rest of the game, but also increase my energy production for the rest of the game.
So an important thing for noobs to this game, card effects and such have those symbols on it representing the different resource types. But if it has a brown background behind it, that means production rather than just the resource itself.
Yeah. So I'm actually, if you look at the bottom, I'm running at a net negative mega credit production. Well, okay, not net, because I'm still going to get 23 credits every turn, just because I'm cool and I have terraformed Mars.
That track actually can go negative, but that's fine because that's why you start at 20 on the victory point track.
Yeah, and then I think I'm going to kick the can.
Nat asks, are there any plans for RDI 8? Oh, yes.
Yes.
They're well underway.
There have
Don't
been
worry.
meetings.
And
there's homework due next week.
that makes it sound like we haven't actually done anything. No. We're only a 3-person company. You know, when we have meetings, we get stuff done. It's not like it has to go through 5 different committees and get signed off by 10 VPs. And no, we're working on RDI 8, and we have some, if I do say so myself, some pretty kick-ass ideas.
It is madness.
Man, I'm getting pretty hosed for things to do every turn.
I mean, it's the early game-ish.
Yeah. I guess I'll sell this and then curse my own name.
Oh.
Later on.
Planet got too hot. Or something. So one thing about card requirements is that there are some cards that are only playable at the start of the game. And then as Mars gets terraformed, suddenly you can't do that stuff anymore.
So one of the things you can do is burn a card for money. It makes you sad because in most cases you spent 3 for that card. Yeah. But it's still better than having a dead card in your hand.
Yes.
Am I playing that heat action or am I building a thing? No, I'm doing this heat action. So I'm using that action on the card that I got last time. That now is basically a tap effect that I have, and I'm gonna spend 10 money for 2 heat production.
Woo!
Woo!
Jeff is so hot.
Lol.
And those
it's running hot.
Be played right now. Do I want another city? A city now would be good.
Okay, chat. What games are you playing these days? Computer or paper? Well, or virtual paper, like we're doing.
Good old virtual paper. I could do that. That's not too bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's build cities.
Scrap mechanic. What is scrap mechanic, D-Mystic?
Just drop this city right.
So, a survival PC game where you build vehicles out of scrap. Oh, that sounds cool. Have either of you heard of this scrap mechanic game?
No.
I have not.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. Mox Crystal is trolling us. The game, she actually. So So people, by the way, Mox Crystal, people, we have announced the existence of Tales from the Red Dragon, and we even demoed it at Gen Con last year. So, thank you for your discretion. But Mox Crystal is testing Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, and maybe actually, you know what? I'm assuming here. Maybe Mox Crystal is playtesting something else for the other things she does. So I'm not gonna put words in her mouth.
I built a city. It gave me more pets. And it.
And it gave me income as well.
Yes.
Okay, I still have a bit of money. Oh, right. There's that. Do I do that? I do not do that yet. You know what? Tack with it. I'm just done.
I too am done.
Yay.
Okay.
So Jen will go to last place in the order, and Jeff and I will be promoted up a rank, and that's how turn order is figured out. So that's how you know it's not a Euro game, because turn order is established instead of bought or drafted
I mean,
no one can spend an action to take the turn order.
Technically, not all Euro games do that, but yes. Ooh, I think I want this card.
Huh.
I might want that card.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, jeez. So, those of you who haven't played this game, this is sort of the hallmark of this game: is you've got a plan, you've got an idea, you know what you're doing, and then you get cards that say, "Wait a minute, before you decide that, have you considered this completely different left turn strategy?" And so that's kind of how this game works.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
You keep the tags on red cards, right?
Keep the no. Do they count toward requirements? No.
Oh, they just count for other things. Okay.
So what he's asking, chat, is that some cards have requirements, like you have to have like 3 science tags to play this card. So what he's asking is, does this red card, which is an event that just does its thing and then goes away, does that science tag count? And the answer is no.
Sadness. Let's take that card.
I don't want
any of this.
I guess I could take that. That is sometimes correct. I took no cards last turn.
This is 2 turns where I didn't want any of this. No, we'll take that. That's fine. That's fine. Done.
Okay. So Mox Crystal, you were talking about Tails. Okay, that's good. I didn't know if there was something from your other stuff going on. Natwood found a loophole in the rules the other day because it's Nat, and that's what you do, Nat.
Mm-hmm.
This king reduces the effects of a bomb that deals 3/4 because either there's. Oh yeah, no, I think that's similar to the topic that came up last week, where if you reduce the numerical values for so that it costs 0 gold to pass it, what happens? And the answer is I think that probably actually is a rules hole that we just need to patch at some point. So
infinite loop.
Yeah, that
which just takes it away.
As I said last week, it's possible that we wrote something down somewhere about that. I don't know. We'll go check and see. But yeah, it's that same kind of thing. Oh, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nat's distracting me with his thing he does.
I just imagine the wench like slapping somebody's hand. Like, stop that.
Stop passing that around. Yeah, so don't worry, Nat. We still love you. Am I gonna just play this? Gonna just play this big honking thing?
I mean, yes.
Yes is the answer. I wonder if that's wrong. Okay, so this is going to go here. It's going to go here. And then here. This interface is taking its sweet time letting me do the things that this card is supposed to do. I definitely don't want to destroy my own plants. So
Yeah.
So then that's it. So I do a big
Big
thing.
asteroid.
Whoa.
Water everywhere.
Dang.
So I spread out the oceans, which gets me a little bit of money, and then I get some plants that somebody else will probably blow up, and yeah.
Oh, and you also hit a heat threshold for free heat production.
That is why I played that. Yep. So those tracks on the right-hand side, you'll notice that a couple of spots on those tracks have a little bit of a carve-out icon thing next to them. That means if you're the player who gets it to that next level, you get the bonus that it says. So by making the heat go to minus 24C, I also get a free heat production, which is handy. Because heat, in turn, lets you raise the temperature. One of the actions you can take is you can spend 8 heat to raise the temperature by 1. Similarly, you can spend 8 plants to make a greenery tile.
Am I just going to drop a greenery tile? I might just drop a greenery tile.
Yes, standard projects are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do the stuff.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah.
It's easy to resist because it's like, oh, well, that's like the vanilla stuff for when I don't have ideas. And I have lots of ideas, but the real answer is screw your ideas. You should do something that makes the game work.
I mean, these two oceans just appeared next to my city, so I'm gonna I'm just gonna. So whenever you place a tile on Mars adjacent to an ocean, you get 2 mega credits. Whenever I do a thing that costs me 20 or more mega credits, I get 4 mega credits. So I spent 23 mega credits and made 4 plus 2 credits. So I'm like, oh, look at that. Okay, I'll do that.
Combo. And all with a standard project. So that's one of the beauty parts of this design is that it's not. I mean, like Jen said, it's easy to think, oh, I don't want to do the vanilla things. No, they're actually good. So yeah, try them. Let's see who we got in. Okay, we're getting a few more people in the chat. Hi, new people, welcome. We are Slugfest Games. We are, but today we're taking a break from Red Dragon Inn, and we're playing Terraforming Mars instead, which is an excellent game designed by Jacob Frixelius and published by Stronghold Games. And there's a digital version by Asmodee Digital, and it's great. And if you haven't played it, you should.
Jones harnessing the power.
By the way, they are not paying us to say this. We do just like this game. Oh, it's my turn.
It's Jeff's turn.
Yep.
He blew all of his money
I blew all my money.
Biggest asteroid in the game, I think.
I only have yeah, I believe you're right. There might be one. No, but I think you're right. Deimos,
when you make
Deimos
a moon
down.
fall.
Deimos down is bigger. I don't know if this version has flavor text, but that's some of my favorite flavor text in any game ever. So Deimos down is the super big version, and the flavor text is we weren't using that moon anyway. So.
Rude.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
Nice.
However, I think I just passed. Yes, I just passed. Sorry, that took too long.
I mean, we're talking to our viewers, so that seems fine.
We're doing the thing. I'm gonna play this card. Do I just play it for the money? I will have dollars left over afterwards, so I could play it for the money.
What else are people playing? We got Scrap Mechanic, and we've got Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. What else are people playing?
Shoot, I gotta actually place this somewhere. Darn it, what am I doing? What did I just do?
I don't know.
That's up to you, man.
I just played an industrial center, so now I have to place it on the board. Oh, that makes it a much better card. Ooh, I'm going to put it right here because it makes Jeff's city terrible.
Uh-huh. And it gets you two
Two plants. How do you like them apples?
Wait, which one? Oh, that's the commercial center.
Industrial center. It allows me to grind mega credits into steel production, which I am going to do as my second action. And then I'll hit the button, and then you'll see me literally just sprout smokestacks right next to your city.
Thanks, jerk face. Yeah. Destroying my property values. The hell.
Super rude. Oh man. Well, you know what? Screw it.
I guess I could
have
next leveled and what are you doing?
Zabuzane says was convinced to play LOL. Major headache. Yeah, I tried it. I tried it once or twice and did not like. And I thought I was going to like it because years ago, I don't know, about 5-ish years ago, I got a free. I got a ticket to PAX Prime, PAX West. Oh, Jen, cut in if you need to say something game related because that's important too.
Goodness. I thought I understood something, but I clearly do not.
That's what I did. I thought I was just playing a card that led me to churn stuff into stuff in the future. I didn't realize that I was going to actually get to put it on the planet.
So I was trying to take the Thermalist Award, but I can't, even though I have the most heat resource.
No. So the awards. Remember, awards are not. So what you're thinking of are milestones. If you have it, if you have the condition, you turn it on and it's yours. An award, if you turn it on, it just means it's on, and we check at the end of the game.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
So it's a risk, especially this early in the game.
Then my heart is broken, and I wish I had my card back.
Wait, you can't buy awards with the cards.
Well.
Ooh. Well,
I had 7 Mars bucks, and I needed 8.
Oh, she burned the
turn
cards
on the award.
Gotcha.
And I misunderstood the thing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you should be able to.
Although honestly, I should still be able to turn it on.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't matter now, but I guess there's some rule that is stopping me from doing the thing.
I don't know.
No, you should actually be able to do that if you have enough money.
I do, but.
Okay, well, we'll check that out. Back around.
My turn's easy because we'll go right back to you, Jen.
All right. Well, good news. I still can't do it.
So, under awards,
and I guess I passed because I sold my card.
You've got your 8 credits. Why can't you do it?
I don't know.
Yeah, something I'm missing here. So back to my LOL story. About 5 years ago, I'm gonna nerd myself up here a little bit more. I was a judge for the Magic World Championships, which were alongside PAX, and so I got a ticket to PAX. And one day, my friend and I we're just wandering around, and there was this big room with people cheering, and we went in, and it turns out we sat down and watched some of the League of Legends national championships with live commentary and everything. It was actually a really cool spectacle, and I was like, oh, this game seems really neat. And then a little while later, I actually got around to trying it myself, and it was like, I'm not watching it is kind of neat. Playing it, not quite so much. Nat used to play Hearthstone. But each time I install it now, I want to immediately uninstall it again because I get frustrated. Okay. I like Hearthstone, but I haven't played it in a while. Let's see. Do I want that?
Waiting for other
That's
players.
pretty good.
Wait, what happened? Oh.
I don't want this. I don't want this. I maybe want this. I don't really want this. I want this. Okay. Sorry, I was telling my story.
Yeah, no problem.
That's all right.
All right, I'm gonna play.
I've played
this
some
guy.
Hearthstone, but honestly, the meta churn bothers me a lot. So
Sam, we got a Blood Bowl player in the chat.
Oh, it worked.
I mean, it's someone who it's demystic. It's someone who's been here before.
Okay.
So,
Well, there you go. I don't have anything cool to do for my turn, so I do the thing and then kick the can.
Yeah, I do a lot of can kicking in this game. Mm-hmm. There's let's see. Well, 2 with a Riot Games guy. Oh, I see. Yeah, LOL has lore that makes my head spin. Yeah, well, people like their stories. That's kind of why we do some of that for the Red Dragon Inn too. It makes people, I don't know, makes people engage a little more.
Yeah, it's you get more of a feel for the characters and their world, what's important to them, what surrounds them, what matters.
Okay, it's my turn. Am I doing that thing? I might do that thing. I could start doing that stuff. That's meh. What's better? Is that better than that? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm gonna just play a big fat card again, and
the fattest of cards.
And that's that. And yes, I need to speed up the animations so I can end my turn when I'm actually done.
Animation money. You have more heat production and more pants production.
There, pants production.
Pants production.
Mars needs pants.
Mars needs pants.
I do.
Hashtag Mars needs pants.
That's.
Thing. I mean, I guess I could just go ahead and play this card. I don't need to. Yeah, we're good. We'll kick the can again.
Yay.
I increased it I ground more of Mars under the industrial heel of Criticore.
Nice.
Look how long my hair is now. Jeez. I'm looking at myself. I got the actual stream up on this monitor, and I just saw myself turn my head sideways, and I'm like, look how much hair I have. My long, luxurious locks back here.
All right, go, go, go.
Pew, pew, pew.
Flipping coins to decide what I do.
Did you just do that?
Wise. I did.
You built a power plant. That's a lot of power.
Oh, man. I used to be D-Mystic X right there when it comes to haircuts. I was very much like, I had very long hair down to my butt because I hated getting haircuts and I was very lazy. Everyone was always like, wow, that must be so hard to take care of. And I'm like, no, friends, the opposite. Can do a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, that's fine.
It's exactly what we all thought.
Yeah. Income. Give me income. Give me Jen has a lot of energy income.
Yes, she can play all of the city.
Zap.
Wait, who's first?
You're Jen's first.
Jen's first. Okay.
Oh, well, We'll see if that matters.
D-Mystic says, I basically do nothing but work and play games at home, so haircuts are a low priority. Also, it saves money. And yeah, lately I agree with you. I had to have an actual kind of businessy meeting today, so I had to, look kind of nice for that. But other than that, I'm right there with you. I don't want this. I maybe want that. View
the game stats.
Maybe.
I guess I could take that. Yeah, that's a good card.
These are wow. Yeah, I want all of these, but they're incredibly expensive. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Screw it.
Wow.
You see, the problem is you're getting the hands that I want because I haven't gotten a hand in the last 3 generations that had a card that cost more than 18 credits. And I'm but I'm Criticore!
The ones I'm looking at right now cost 10, 21, 31, and 41. Actually, the 41... See, I think the 41 actually uniquely defines the card. So after you've played this like 200 times, you might be able to know which cards I'm talking about. But no, I'm letting them all go.
Let them go.
Just a deep breath. If it loves you back, you'll see them again.
You won't actually see the cards again. It's very rare to actually get through the whole deck of cards in a game of this.
I can imagine, actually. Hey, it's my turn.
You have to be playing like a 4 or 5 player game, and people have to be like super faffing with cards. Super like doing card stuff rather than actually terraforming the planet.
Which, always a hazard. Do I just do my other thing?
Other thing.
Inventors Guild.
The chat. I'm looking at people in the chat, and it's looking like it's mostly our playtesters still. So thank you. We still love you guys.
Do the cards spark joy? Sometimes. Does my haircut spark joy? Yes, always.
Nice. Okay, it's my turn. Okay, first I'm gonna spend 8 heat to raise the temperature. Then I'm going to I'm gonna spend my plants before somebody blows them up. It's gonna live here. It's gonna live here. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Dude, I love that our chat viewers rate our content by how many decks they can sleeve while we're doing our streams. Thanks, D-Mystic.
Yeah. 2 decks over this amount of time. That seems like a pretty good clip.
Are we just brute forcing?
Netwood asks, do you know what Cliff is up to these days? I tried looking him up but couldn't find anything. Cliff is a artificial intelligence researcher at Michigan State University, doing some really cool work in that field. We were in touch with him, once in a while. He was on our what was it, the Extra Life stream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was for a bit.
Yeah. So he was actually on one of these streams. He's doing good. He's he has a nice house with a big yard and his own blacksmithing shop out in the shed, and yeah, he's doing good.
Jeff says shed, but it's really more like a hangar.
That's true. Yes,
It's
actually,
huge.
it's he has a large workspace to do all sorts of cool things.
Yep.
Okay, it's not my turn. I was like, oh no, I'm delaying the game. Oh no,
Nope, you're not.
We're fine. Yeah, 16 more decks to sleeve plus promo cards and rogues and warriors. Okay, well we better keep talking then.
All right,
blah blah. Demystic has to sleeve things. Blah blah blah.
Nah. So So yeah, space thoughts.
According to
who wanted to be an astronaut when they grew up? Right?
I mean, did anybody not? I'm
right? I feel like
I'm baffled by this idea. Well, maybe it's an age thing, because like NASA was still kind of a big deal in the 80s, but it might not have been as much in the 90s. I don't know.
I mean late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
I think NASA was still quite hot, and like going to space camp was huge. That's cool.
I super wanted to go to space camp, but it was really expensive and far away from where I grew up. So
yeah. Ditto.
I did too, and it was in my backyard, but it was expensive.
I also wanted to be like a veterinarian and an author, and
I mean, isn't that...
When you're a kid, everything seems possible.
Yeah,
I mean... more power!
I wanted to be a game designer. No, I didn't even know what a game designer was at the time, so...
I think at one point I was like, oh, you can test video games? I'll test the video games, right?
Yeah. I probably had that thought at some point in my like early teens as well.
Yeah, when you're a 13-year-old testing video games sounds like the best job ever.
It's like you can get money for that? Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then when you're an adult, you're like, nah, I don't want to be a video game tester.
I've got the Martian rail system, guys.
Martian rails. Which one does that do?
1 mega credit for every city.
Oh, yeah.
Repeatable.
One time or?
Action, spend 1 energy to gain a mega credit for each city on Mars specifically, because you could have cities on Phobos or Ganymede.
You can't build a rail all the way to Ganymede.
No.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry. There was something else.
To be fair to all of our parents, could they have foreseen being able to make money from playing video games? Really?
No one can make money from playing video games. Well, sorry to burst your bubble there, Demystic. You can make money from playing video games, just not very much of it.
I mean, if you're really, really lucky.
I suppose you could be one of those people who like grinds things and sells.
I mean,
back when Diablo 3 had its real money auction house, you could sort of do that.
When that was going on, I had a friend who paid his rent with Diablo money. And I also know a person who she's got a hybrid business model. She's an author, and she does a lot of streaming. So technically she does get paid for playing video games.
Yep. Yeah, well today, I mean, yes, streaming does that as well, but from what I've heard, streaming's a pretty weird business model. I mean, obviously Slugfest Games isn't on Twitch for the for the ad money, right? That's not our business, but apparently it's one of those fields where like the very best make a lot of money, but everybody else kind of makes bupkis. So
very lucky make a lot of money.
Sure, call it what you will.
Yeah. because there can 100% be amazing stuff. But all right, next generation. Did I just see Jeff flash like 50 mega credits? Jesus.
Yeah, I passed with like 20 something left.
Hui.
Okay.
Let's see. Maybe I want that. I don't want that. Is that worth it?
Ugh, that looks like a terrible card.
I want this.
Oh, that looks like a terrible card.
Actually, that's all I want.
Still, nothing that costs 20 or more mega credits. My special ability has not mattered. Yeah, I don't want any of this. This can all go burn in a fire. I launch it back into orbit. Get out of here. Get all these junk cards out of here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my turn. Oh no, it's not quite my turn. Jen's.
You know what? Never mind this. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, what's my plan now? Because I have so many delightful options here. I was gonna do this thing, but now maybe I do this thing. I can do both of the things. I cannot do both of the things. I'm gonna do this thing first. That goes there. I'm gonna build here. And then I'm do I care about that?
Ooh, he's being cryptic.
You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Yeah, then I do this. Ta-da! So I did another city and used my heat production action. Ta-da!
Ta-da! It's another city. I get a free doggo. There we go. There's my doggo.
Chat's talking about what they wanted to be when they grew up, and Domestic says I wanted to be a teacher for a while, but high school came and I realized I would never want to deal with those kids for the rest of my life. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see, what else did I want to be? When I was very little, my parents tell me that I wanted to be a superstar farmer, because I apparently couldn't decide between both of these two fascinating career choices. There was astronaut. I mean, a lot of people my age wanted to be an astronaut, and I actually got into computers fairly early on. So I got for Christmas one year when I was 10 or 11 or thereabouts. My parents got me a TI 99 4A home computer, which was awesome. Probably the most important gift I've ever received, because if you remember this, I don't know if you remember this console. It was a computer with a keyboard on one side and a cartridge slot on the other side, and so you could play games, and there were various pretty decent. For the time, this was like 1983, 84, and the games were okay, but this was the Christmas of, like I said, either 83 or 84, and there was a real run on these computers. And so the one we got ended up having a misaligned cartridge slot, and so the cartridge bit wouldn't work. which meant that until we managed to get it fixed, which was later on, the only thing I could do with this computer was program in BASIC. And one of the great things that this product had was, in addition to the cartridge slot where you can play games, it came with a handbook, a tutorial for how to program in BASIC. And so that's what I did with that computer for the first few weeks until my dad managed to figure out how to fix the cartridge slot. And so I ended up wanting to be a computer programmer from a fairly young age.
Convenient.
So,
Yeah,
by the way,
out.
for those of you who don't know, in addition to running Slugfest games, I actually still do a bit of computer programming on the side as well. So there it is. Anyway, somebody else talk about what you wanted to do.
Sure. Goodness, I will say, in the vein of very impactful gifts for my development as a person, I think one of the most important ones for me was a subscription to like National Geographic Kids, and I think another like younger readers but not stupid readers science magazine type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because that really encouraged my curiosity in science and so on. And I recall, like, back in the 90s, sometimes they would have articles that would include some stuff on how to code in BASIC, which I did not do, Internet. I did not have any kind of precocious coding experience. I did take apart a typewriter with a hammer and a screwdriver once. Let me tell you, that takes a long time because those are the wrong tools.
Or are they the right tools?
Isn't it all like rivets and stuff?
Yeah, I think so, considering the significant effort it actually cost me to do it. My mom let me do it because that's like at least 4 hours where she doesn't have to entertain me. A lot of my mom's parenting decisions were like that.
Sam, I mean, you can probably go on record and say, aren't a lot of parenting decisions kind of based on that?
There are a non-zero number of parenting decisions that are based on that.
I believe it's probably a traceable amount.
That's
strong.
Good.
I also credit her for kicking me out of the household basically any time that I started to get bored. Just be like, leave. Come back when it's dinner time.
I was really kind of bimodal on that front up until I was about, I don't know, 12 or 13. I would often like spend all afternoon out around the neighborhood with my friends, until my mom, yelled for us to come home. But then somewhere around 13 or so, I was like in my room on my computer, like all the time. And yeah. Sam, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, I mean, astronaut, and then firefighter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then
Classic.
Teacher. And teacher wasn't too bad for the little for the few times that I did it.
Sam was a teacher for some time.
And I wanted to be a high school teacher, but then decided that wasn't my jam. So then I became an art teacher at an industrial art space.
Space? Question mark? That's
space.
This is, I mean,
wrong.
There's several places like that around the Bay Area here where we are.
Yeah. No, it was fun. God, it's my turn now, so I gotta think.
Yeah.
Jen did that. I mean, I'm gonna do that. Next generation, I'm gonna do that. So
Yeah, you're gonna be first. So Sam, now that I've passed and Sam knows that he's going first next round, he has basically the world is his oyster.
Yeah, I mean Jen's still got actions, but she's running.
Oh yeah,
things.
Jen hasn't passed yet.
She has no monies. I'm going to hope that I can grind more resources.
D-Mystic suggests industrial art space camp.
I want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, I am all about this.
The place I worked at was called the Crucible in West Oakland, and I taught leatherworking and sometimes assisted with blacksmithing and welding. And then I also did some summer camps related things, because when you're a leather worker, have the kids handle sharp knives and extremely sharp needles.
That's always great.
Learn about tetanus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. But yeah, like firefighter was on the list. Oh, Inventors Guild. Look at the top card of either and buy it. Oh, she bought it. It must have been good.
Yeah. I did have some vague desires to be a firefighter in some way, but I'm a very small person, and I didn't learn that technical rescue existed until like well beyond when I should, start trying to become a technical rescue expert. Sad.
What is technical rescue?
Yeah.
So technical rescue is basically, what if Tim Allen has to save you from a collapsed building?
So firefighter.
It's MacGyver firefighting. So you often have to build support structures so that you can get people out of bad situations before their time is up, right? And a lot of that involves small people and handy people, and I'm both.
Oh. That's super clever.
Right?
So are places are people doing this, are they affiliated with local fire departments, or are they Army Corps of Engineers types, or are they
I am fairly sure that technical rescue is something that a firefighting corps member takes it on themselves to learn, or their fire chief is here, we have a minuscule budget to teach you this thing, go. So yeah, also it is almost certainly one of those things that varies quite a lot from district to district, right? New York probably has a whole corps of technical rescue. Small town Wyoming is not going to have a technical rescue expert available on tap.
Right. I have another hand that Sam wants.
Yeah.
Of very expensive cards.
I don't get expensive cards.
I need to actually see how many cards I'm going to be able to afford this game. Wow. This is fascinating.
I will take this card and keep it for later. Do I need the money now? No, I'm good. I am ready.
I think I may have just made a mistake by taking on more than I can chew.
I mean, that's never a mistake.
It is in this game, trust me.
Can't possibly end poorly.
We played last night at games night. We played. I played a game of Heaven and Ale, which is another very cool Euro-y game that you should check out if you don't know about it. But it was me and two of my friends, and one of my friends got her final score ended up higher than mine and my third friend's score combined. So she beat us real bad.
All right. Yes, we do more greenery because there's a threshold we're about to cross. Oh, I could put it all the way out here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put it here because money.
We have more people. Yay! I keep looking in the chat list and it keeps getting larger. So welcome everybody. We're Slugfest Games. today we're playing Terraforming Mars, though, just to do something different.
Mhm.
Feel free to keep asking us questions in the chat about us or what we wanted to be as when we grew up, and what the RDI plans are.
Okay, so when you wanted to be an astronaut as a kid, because we all did, because come on, what did you think was going to be the coolest thing about being an astronaut?
Space.
I mean, like absolutely space, but come on. Like,
I don't know if I really thought much about it. Like maybe weightlessness, maybe going to the moon. I don't know. I didn't. I'm thinking back on the brief time when I wanted to be an astronaut, and I think it was mostly just that. Just space is awesome, right? I mean,
right, like just being in space and being able to say I'm in space.
Yeah. Sam, what about you?
Basically. Specifically, I think I wanted to do. I wasn't super keen on. I mean, I figured that like part of the job would be going to different celestial bodies, but I think it was more space station related stuff. And being like, why go to another planet? Well, we could just have more space stations.
Yeah,
because we need
fair.
those anyway if we want to go to those planets.
Yeah.
Gross assumptions.
So if you haven't, I don't know if anybody out there has a subscription to Masterclass. It's kind of expensive, but the classes are really cool. They're not quite as advanced as their master class name would say, but they're all quite entertaining. And oh my God, Chris Hadfield. I couldn't remember his name. Chris Hadfield, the astronaut, has a master class that is really quite good. So if you have access to master class,
I stole your steel. Your steel has been
steals!
stolen.
The steel that I had nothing to spend on because after I got it, I didn't get cards that would use it.
I have some poke waiting for me in the living room, so I'm going to step away for a brief mo and grab that stuff.
My wife is currently picking up some takeout. Okay, what am I doing? So Sam, of course, made the correct play and took the next step of oxygen that also gives a heat production.
Step of heat. It's getting
so
hot in here.
That's not a thing. But what I am gonna do, I think, is Okay. Okay. This goes there.
Jeff's got heat banked and greenery banked. So those I'm looking at Jeff's board because it's his turn. And you'll notice that there's a little thermometer over his heat production and a tree over his grass production. And that means he can cash in those tokens. Oh, look, more city. Is he sticking it there? Oh, no. Oh, right, Noctis City. It has to go here.
Noctis City has to go in exactly that spot.
Exactly there. Fancy.
Turns out that's a pretty good spot because it already has 2 greeneries next to it.
Yeah.
However, then
shame about that industrial zone.
The real purpose of that, though, was I now can claim the mayor.
Yeah.
So 5 points. Woo.
Woo! 5 points. He's the mayor. What am I going to do now? I figured he was going to build a city, so I delayed using the Martian rails. And now that there is a city, I will use the Martian rails and get money. Get paid! And then I'm done.
Woo. So, Jen, earlier you talked about having a subscription to some science magazine. Was it by any chance Omni magazine?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go get some more water real quick.
I can tell you that much right off the jump.
Okay. Because yeah, I had Omni, and it was a great sort of nerdy, sciencey magazine for suitable for teens and tweens. Okay, well, Jen's taking a turn and Sam's gone, so now I have to entertain everybody.
Oh, whatever. I did my thing. Now it's your turn, Jeff.
Okay, fine. Well, then you can be the circus.
Oh, well, all right then.
Or you can,
geez.
or you can eat your poke.
No.
Right. Okay. So now this goes here, and
I mean, if we want to talk about circus, I know so many people who are so much cooler than me. My girlfriend and a significant contingent of her friends do aerial performance circus arts type stuff.
like trapeze things.
Like trapeze things, like
Nice.
lyra, like sash things.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, everyone's looking at player has completed a turn because they have to wait for Sam to get back.
Yep. Long suffering.
Talking about extraterrestrial creatures and stuff, will there be any lore into where Evil Pookie came from? Is it a Mirrorverse or so the short answer is we're not 100% sure yet. Because I don't know if we've talked about this on stream before. So on the one hand, we want there to be canon, we want there to be stories, and we want there to be we want there to be good engagement-y stuff, but it's also fundamentally a comedy game, and most of those stories are intentionally rather funny, and so we also are a little bit lax sometimes with what exactly canon is because it's a comedy. So the example I always think of is there's an episode of The Simpsons where they're watching cartoons, on the TV and they comment about something not making any sense, and Homer says, "Oh, whatever, cartoons don't need to make any sense." And Homer, while sitting on the couch, walks past the window as well, right? So he's talking about how it doesn't have to make any sense. It's cartoons, and there's suddenly two of him on the screen briefly. Is that canon for The Simpsons? No, of course not, because there isn't that because it's a comedy. So that's a long way to answer your question of we haven't fully defined the idea of exactly where Pookie came from, and we might keep it that way because it's meant to just be kind of kooky and funny. So hopefully that answers your question in a way that doesn't make you go, those guys are such a cop-out,
I mean, in my head, we keep things flexible so that people can kind of slot things into whatever D&D adjacent setting thoughts they already have.
Yeah.
In fact, there was so over the past 10 years or so, there's actually been a bit of discussion and debate within Slugfest Games about how absurd the Red Dragon Inn world should be, right? Whether this is relatively serious characters doing funny stuff because they're drunk in the tavern, or whether the whole world itself should be fundamentally absurd. And we've over the years we've gone kind of back and forth on that spectrum, and we've landed kind of somewhere in the middle now, I think.
Yeah.
So
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I scooped up an award for myself, or a milestone for myself before Jeff sneaked it away from me.
Oh, the forest one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm heading there.
Well, now you're not.
Now I'm not. Okay, let's see what milestones are left. Yeah, I don't really have much of that. Okay. Interesting.
I am so bad at these games and games like it.
Sorry.
That's okay. Like I said, I'm still I'm bad at this, but it's still interesting.
Let's see, do I want that? I don't know that will benefit me. It will get one more of that. That's probably not. No, I need to do this.
He's gonna do the thing. Ah!
And then I yield. Yeah, I'm just gonna play a boring old card.
Yeah.
It's a
victory point.
It's an energy and
it's
it's a
fine.
point. It is so it's 11. So it's 8. It costs 8, but it costs 3 more to get the card, which is 11, which is what it normally costs to do the standard project for energy. But it also gives a point. So yay!
That, but I could also just do that later. I could do that, but I don't think I need more of that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass. Yep, I pass. Yes, I will refrain from taking actions until the next generation of Martians.
You can't do anything else.
I will proceed to do nothing.
Same.
And hopefully.
You know what? D-Mystic says that Evil Pookie's canon should be the mirror universe, but in it, Evil Pookie killed all other life. You know what? I'm officially canonizing that right now. Actually canonizing that, but I do love it.
Officially unofficial stamp of approval.
I recently watched Star Trek Discovery, and it goes a little haywire with the mirror universe. Let's put it that way. So. I wonder what RDI would be like if it was a TV show. I bet the witch would be an actress with a Northern English accent. No. So the witch is one of the only characters now that actually has a voice. So basically it's just the wench and Joran. And Evil Pookie, if you want to count me going into a microphone as Evil Pookie. But that video about Evil Pookie's origin that we put on our Kickstarter campaign, we like those voices, and if those characters appear in later videos, we're gonna get those same voice actors because they're great. Mm-hmm. So, oh, it's my turn. Sorry. Doing that, or is that better? Ooh, I did bad.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, there's that. Oh, and then it's only my turn, but I am super duper broke, so now I have to pass. Oh, thanks. People are saying they like that video. That we just decided to try something different, and actually, we already have an idea for another similar thing of that. I mean, we knew going in that we couldn't afford like full animation, like actual frame by frame animation, because that's really time consuming and really expensive and really not good. But we worked with Aaron to do just those stills which I honestly think is almost as good. It was super fun to make, and Aaron did great work on all the drawings, and we found a couple of voice actors, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh man.
Oh
man.
Oh man. Okay, I don't want that card. I definitely don't want that card. I probably don't want that card.
Oh man.
Sam's,
these are cards.
So Sam finally got the hand he wants. Now that we're late in the game.
I have to think about things.
Okay, I might want that. Wow. So here we enter the phase of the game where we all have to think real hard about, will I actually be able to do all of this stuff? And I think the answer... No, I'm dumping all of these. Wow.
I'm taking that card. Okay.
I will continue flipping coins and doing my version of Gears' impression of Sammy Davis Jr.'s career.
Wow. Too soon?
Deep cuts. It's my turn! Yay!
Jen!
Thud.
Jen! What's Jen doing? She's got resources stockpiled. Sort of.
1, 2. Oh, that's actually interesting.
Okay, greenery.
Interesting. Welp. I had one plan, and now maybe I have a different plan.
Stick to the plan.
Screw it. We weren't using that moon anyway.
Oh my.
Where's this going? I want this. I don't want to steal plants from myself, so there we go.
Demos
Oh,
down.
man.
Gosh darn it.
We weren't using that moon anyway. So yeah, three temperature all at once is real good right now.
Phew.
Crap.
So this has got me that ocean.
Okay. Let's see.
So Netwood talks about references to films, and when you saw the Doctor Who reference in Kronos, you started being a fan. So here's the thing: there's kind of a fine line between parody and intellectual property infringement. so we like putting a little bit of that stuff in there, but we've got to be careful to make sure it's real clear that this is parody, and and leave it at that. So because we don't want to get in trouble with anybody.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is different now. The entire world is different now.
It's like we've been terraforming the place.
Terraforming. Mars.
Okay,
Terraforming.
Let's do some math. Do that.
So an important rule as we get near the end of the game is you get a point anytime you terraform Mars, like raise the temperature or raise the oxygen or build an ocean. But if they're maxed out, you can't do that anymore. And so even if a card would, for example, raise the temperature, doesn't happen, and therefore you don't get the point. So it becomes a bit of a land grab in the end game. Also, earlier on, I said that after the game actually ends, there's another little thing. Well, after we finish terraforming, you finish the round you're on, and then there's actually one more round of income and one more round of actions where the only action you are allowed to take is converting plants into greenery. So if you produced a lot of plants, you have one last chance to turn them into greeneries, which are points on the board. So that's a thing. And once again, if you haven't played this game yet, try it because it's really good.
We'll do that.
Maybe Stronghold Games will stream them playing Red Dragon Inn sometime.
Ooh.
If anybody out there from Stronghold Games is watching this, we love your game. We'll send you a copy of Red Dragon Inn if you want.
Easy peasy.
And then we'll do that. All right. Sorry that took so long. Just everything changed over the course of both of the turns. I'm like, my backup plan is no longer there, so I guess I'll do this instead.
Big honkin' asteroid. And then some Martian rails. Oh, I just thought of a new thing I need to do.
So if you, by the way, if you want the flavor text, you hit the little information icon at the bottom of the card.
Oh, I got it slightly wrong. We don't use it. See, funnier my way. We don't use that moon anyway. Nat Wood is going to keep pointing out all of the fun movie references in our cards until we get sued by somebody. So
excellent.
No, that one is funny. Nat's talking about the Dara card of the coins you're looking for. So
Mars Initiative.
Ooh, strip mine.
And strip mine.
Dang. Okay, it's back to me. I need to raise the heat while I still can, and then I need to claim the terraformer.
My body.
We all shake our fists at Jeff.
We're gonna do this card. I'm gonna pay for it that way. Right?
Oh.
Just check this real quick. Yeah, 100% that. No, not pass. Don't do that. Bling.
Let's see, how's chat doing? It's about the same amount of people.
Oh.
So, if anybody, other questions, let us know. We're probably just on like their side monitor and they're like doing some actual work or emailing their friends. Where they're like, "Oh, are they still talking? Oh, whatever."
Who knows? Have some confidence. Believe in yourself, Jeff.
We appreciate all of our viewers.
Yeah. I'm gonna check everyone's monies.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy miner before it gets expensive.
Yep. Yeah, your chances are pretty good on that.
Considering I have your entire income just in my... I have your stockpile in my income.
Yep. D-Mystic is making excellent progress on his sleeving. So, good job, D-Mystic. I'm getting hungry. Fortunately, Mars is nearly terraformed.
Yes.
Truth. Well, all right. Hold on.
Okie doke. So then Jen did the inventor kajigger. And it's back to me, and I think I am done. I am indeed done.
Cool. So that's doing a thing. I think we're going to go ahead and do this because it will give me options for the future. Now, what are those options? This is all. That's pretty good. That would have been significantly better, significantly earlier. We still might do it though. Okay, cool.
Ooh, cards.
Yeah.
Cards is good.
I got cards from that asteroid.
Okay, Jen has passed, so it's just Sam playing Mars by himself.
Yes, so this is where I sell the things that are not playable. So we don't need that, and we definitely don't need that. Totally keeping that. Probably selling this. How useful is that? There's probably one churn left. No, we haven't done any of the oceans. We have not oceaned at all.
We've oceaned half-ish.
Ish. Okay, we do that, and then... I'd like to just go ahead and pass, but I'll have to hit the skip button twice.
Correct. Yes.
Skip. And yes, I'm still good. I used all my actions? Yes, I did. Well, I didn't have enough money for the other action. Okay.
Okay, chat. Random question. What YouTube channels are you watching recently? I've been watching Time Ghost History and Economics Explained, and what else?
How to make everything.
Alton Brown. There's one called How to Make Everything. I like the sound of this already.
Oh.
I need to look at the game state for this.
Well, that is obviously I take that card because I accidentally have all the tags.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought that this card gave you points, and it doesn't. I'm thinking of a different card, I think. That card would have been great like 5 turns ago. Black's Polar Dust. Black Polar Dust. I shouldn't read my card names out loud, I don't think.
It's okay. I don't
doesn't
know
mean
what
nothing
they
to
do.
me.
Yeah, we take that.
What YouTube channels are you watching lately?
I saw one.
Today I found out isn't bad.
Today I found out is pretty good. I watch less of that one now because his videos tend to be a little longer than I have time for. But yeah, that channel's pretty good. I like it. Blank's Music, Sam Lloyd's Band. So yeah, Last Week Tonight is always fun. I'm really having trouble getting into it without the audience. I'll be honest. What else? I saw one. I saw a video that I may. Oh, it's my turn. Holy cow! Sorry. First, I do this because it's the last chance anybody has to do that. Then I look at this, and then I do that. Sorry.
Okay. He raises the heat.
is a channel I just saw called something like Composerly or something, and it's this guy who tells you how to write music kind of in the style of other composers. And I saw it because I saw this video of how to write like Camellia, who is a Japanese dubsteppy sort of composer whose stuff is really great. And this video kind of shows you how to make stuff like other composers. So that was kind of neat. What YouTube channels are you watching, Jen?
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to start with, I think, the best one that I've discovered recently, which is The Craftsman Steady Craftin'.
That's what it's called?
Yes. And it's wonderful, actually. Like,
that's awesome.
The showrunner on the channel, does these really very neat crafts tutorials videos in character with this like adorable handmade puppet, and he's got this super chill voice and this super chill outlook. So if I want to chill out and like watch somebody else do resin crafting, I'm just like boop, and it's very good.
So it's basically the Bob Ross of crafting.
Yes, it's definitely the Bob Ross of crafting. Also, sometimes he'll do an episode on like camera stuff and like film stuff. Been watching a lot of Democracy at Work. I am a longtime Jimquisition stan.
What's that?
The Jimquisition is the sort of review website / show series of Jim Sterling, and he'd do a talk about a video games.
Okay, oxygen is done.
Oh.
Where'd you put that? Oh, yeah, over there. Okay.
Next to the new city I built.
Right.
With all of my rocks.
Yeah. That would suggest exploring with Josh. He explores abandoned places. That sounds kind of cool.
That's always a deep temptation for me. I love going places where I'm not supposed to go.
Okay.
I'm the shady person in Slugfest games.
I doubt very much that that's the case, but yeah.
Oh, what are you saying about me?
No, I'm saying about me. What we're a big evil megacorp. It's we're a company that's how it works, right? Once you're a company,
sure.
Once you're a company, you're evil, right?
Big evil mega.corp.
We've talked about this before, Jeff. I mean, when the revolution comes, you're so far back in line to be shot behind the shed that I think you can just get away. Okay,
I could probably start running while they're busy shooting the other folks.
Exactly. Gosh, do I want to have a city of my own?
You
You
might want to think about that at some point.
Yeah, I think I do. Goodness,
especially now, because it's way
Here
less useful for Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna take one of those. I was gonna take one of those fancy spots if you didn't.
Fancy spots? Oh, you mean this corner where I was throwing all of my trees?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a good spot for a city, you should usually take it. All right, so I'm gonna. Man, I kind of wish you had done a different thing, but there's that. So that's there.
I'll take it under advisement.
I'm gonna build. Is this right? Is this?
He wishes you didn't place it exactly there because he wanted his city to go one to the left.
No, I wanted my this thing to get 3 cities next to it instead of just the 2. But then
what the heck is that thing?
That is
Urban
the commercial.
district?
It's like the thing
commercial
you built,
district,
except
okay.
it's good and doesn't like fill my citizens' atmosphere with smoke and horribleness.
Gotcha.
Okay, I want that eventually. Do I care about this? No, I do not. I'm gonna. I think I do this. Yeah, I'm definitely turning on the thermalist. And hooray. Because I got all the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Nat Wood also says he watches Odd Ones Out videos about strange things in his life, but the animation style is similar to the video your company created. Well, cool. Yeah, that style is both fun and not too hard and not too expensive, and yeah,
Doesn't take years to do.
right. There's a lot. I've seen a lot of YouTube stuff that does that kind of thing, and it's it's pretty great.
Okay, we fire the monorail. Monorail. You can't do that, so we're probably going to go ahead and play this card, because playing it now means I get to do it at least twice, probably more than that. Yeah, let's get some birds.
Monorail.
And Jen has no plant. No, Jen does have plant production. Am I worried about Jen? No, I'm going to keep kicking Jeff in the face.
Wow.
You have no plants now. My birds are in them.
Yeah. I don't know that I could have made it to another. I don't know that I could have made it to 8 before the game ends, but yep. Oh, right. That's actually a bit of an issue. Yeesh. Okay, we need 4 more oceans and then we're done. What else do I need to have happen? Oh. Well now.
Brown cow.
Well now, brown cow indeed. There's a thing that I just realized I could do that's quite good. Okay. Mars. Terraforming. Mars. Okay, it's my turn. I don't think I have the resources to do anything. So, bye-bye.
Okay. Do I want to do anything?
Don't.
Yeah, I'm going first, so I don't need to do it right now, right?
You are going first next round. Yep.
Yeah, I don't need to do anything. Oh wait, no, stop, no, no, I gotta farm those birds I just got.
Yes.
Birds. All right, now, well, I skip. The birds.
The birds are the one that's a point per, right?
A point per.
Yeah, birds are good, but you need a very high temperature and so forth to get them.
And you need a very high temperature, and somebody needs to be having 2 plant production, because it's a cost is reducing somebody's plant production by 2. So.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that, because when you're eating resources, you don't have to have resources to eat. You can choose not to, but for production, I believe, yeah, it is always required. And so if you can't eat somebody else's, you have to eat your own.
Yes. Do I want to pass? Yeah. All right.
All right.
Mars.
Next round.
More Mars.
Uh-huh.
Turning this red planet green.
It's a lovely green Martian planet place. Okay. That card is useless. Hmm.
Oh, that's a good card. I'll take that.
That card is mostly useless. That card is useless. That card is a point. That card is a point. I need to look at my own hand. Oh boy. What am I doing this round? Yeah, okay. Okay. That card is a cheap point, so I will take it.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And we could do that. We should probably do that. We should define how the last of these awards before someone buys Banker and gets all the points. So.
Yeah, here's the downside of me going last this round, because yeah.
The person what owns the most spaces gets the most points.
Yeah. So the Banker was really good for me, and I realized it too late last round. Actually, I'm not sure I could have afforded to do the stuff I wanted to do and that anyway, so yeah, I'm a little sad that I missed out on that, but I think I would have missed out on something else if I did that. Duistic is now half done and encourages us to keep playing, so
Okay.
sorry Dumistic, we're almost done and I'm hungry.
We are. Alright, I'm just gonna spit this out over here. Am I gonna be able to get to... I might be able to get to more plants.
Less talky, more rocky.
Yeah. Do.
The other thing I've been watching some on YouTube lately is just various like DJ mixes, because all the DJs are not performing in clubs now; they're at home just doing their own mixes. And so, in particular, I've been watching like Paul Van Dyke and a couple others like them. And yes, Dumistic, good to hear. COVID test came back clean, so
Yeah,
good. Everybody stay healthy. Everybody stay, wearing your masks, social distancing, and
Washing your hands. Don't touch your face.
Oh man, I still have so much trouble with not touching my face. But the good news is I'm not actually going to where people are hardly at all. I go outside, but I go where people aren't. So,
yeah, I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out ways to keep riding my bicycle a bit more often. I think I'm just going to start riding on the road a bit more.
it's my turn. Okay, so I have that much money. Okay, the milestones and awards are all gone, so I don't need to pay any attention to that anymore. I don't care about this because I'm way, way ahead on the thermal list. I'm no longer way ahead on the thermal list. Look at that. I'm ahead on production. Jan, how'd you get so much heat? Good Lord.
I just keep not spending it because it's been a while, and
she's got shit tons of generation.
Well, the good news is I have way more production than you, so I mostly don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
Currently.
Mostly-ish. Okay, well, first, do I have enough money for both of these things? Yes, I do. Okay. Here's this, and I make this thing. I play my last 2 cards. However, one of them draws me 2 more cards. So, ta-da! Then I'm going to. Gonna go here. And then I definitely don't need animals. I need plants. And hooray. That was a lovely turn. Oh, now I need to look at what cards I drew.
Space station.
Spaceship.
Spaceship.
Okay, that card is useless. That card requires 7 science tags. I have 1 science tag. Ta-da!
I gotta say, I love not having to do a lot of the bits shuffling and etc.
This game, this game is a little daunting when you're moving all the little bits yourself. It's still very much worth playing in my opinion, but this way is a lot more convenient.
Is Jeff gonna build more cities? No, he doesn't have money to build cities.
So this friend I mentioned earlier, who got a higher score than the other 2 of us combined yesterday, she has a 3D printed version of all of the hexes in this game, and the
Dang. That's
like
cool.
The greeneries and the cities and even all of the special tiles are like actual size, and like a little city on a hex, and they are effing brilliant. They're so good.
That's really cool.
Let's see. There's 2 more of that, and my cities are not in the right places. Cities are not in the right places.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have 2 cards, and they are worthless to me. So I will just
throw them into space.
No, I'm not gonna throw them into space yet. If I actually need the money later, I will.
Yeah, I'm sometimes tempted by 3D printers, but I live in an apartment, so there's no particularly good way for me to own a 3D printer and operate it safely.
What am I doing? Wait, that's Sam's thing. Okay, I'm gonna do this and put it there. And then I'm gonna yield.
Builds. It goes.
I need to look at what other people have for money and things.
Why did you put it there?
Because the thing in between my 2 cities does not itself count as a city.
Oh.
Neither does your thing.
Yes. I wish that they were a little more distinctly not the other thing.
I agree. That is in the paper game, those are quite obviously distinct. But yeah, these 2 things are a little too similar, I think.
Yeah. I continue to punt.
Yeah.
We hold!
Yeah, that's a problem. I think... I think I'm okay, but I'm not sure what that looks like when that happens. Interesting. I'm being vague.
Yes.
I'm thinking about.
Jeff's wondering where his position is if the game were to suddenly end.
Right. So there's a chance. There's a small chance that this could be the last round. But that's a consideration that. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna sell one card and kick the can.
Mm-hmm. It's my turn.
Sure is.
I am going to. I have $28. I'm going to. Let's see. Time to math.
Math time.
Calculator.
Are you actually going to use a calculator for this?
Well, I mean, all phones are calculators.
That's true. We all basically have a supercomputer in our pocket now. It's the future.
Oh God!
If you had approached me when I was like a young kid and told me that someday I'd have a supercomputer in my pocket, I would have slapped you. Would have been like, "Stop lying."
I don't know if I want to end the game. I think I do.
I also don't know that.
Because I think... I mean, you guys have such more of that than I do.
I think extending the game is good for me. Not sure about you two, but I think it helps me somewhat.
We're gonna top deck a card and see if it changes my math.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Language. Yeah, we don't. So I noticed for this stream when I started watching it myself, it gave you the adult content warning. so that's turned on now on our stream channel because of that, because of what Sam just said.
Because we can't not swear.
Because every once in a while we drop an F-bomb and
concern it.
We want people to be able to get on with their lives if they hear that from us.
God, if I punt the game, I don't have enough experience to know if punting the game is worth 6 victory points.
Don't.
All right. Well, I could do that. So that's for 5. Well, I could just sell it.
Yeah, a lot of libraries. Alyssa Perskell is saying in our chat. A lot of libraries are getting 3D printers in that patrons can buy time on, more or less. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some libraries are also like a library of things and maker spaces. So they'll have like lendable sewing machines and cool stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a tool lending library in Berkeley that is quite useful.
I have terraformed Mars.
So the card and then the standard project.
Yeah.
That is probably your best bet.
Yeah. If I think punt, I can get at least 4 more points. Probably more like 6, but I think that is bad for me.
I'm not sure I could. So I could get more points. I'm not sure I could get 6 more, but yeah.
And I think I'm already ever so slightly ahead of you. And Jen.
Really? I think the milestones actually put me a little bit ahead, but you have better board position. It's my turn.
I have a lot of victory points locked up in cards.
Oh yeah, sure. Is there anything else useful I can do? Can I build something onto a card and top deck a card that I can maybe play? I don't think so. No. Yeah, no. Ending the game now is probably good for you by virtue of the fact that it really screws me. I don't know if it screws Jen, but
Not any more than not ending the turn that time.
yeah.
Okay.
Jen, I need to look at Jen's heat production. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna be anywhere near a thing. Yeah, okay, then peace, we out.
Okay. Wait a second. Right. Let's see. I could do that for funsies, but I think the answer is I sell the 2 cards. I probably should have punted. Oh well. Sell the 2 cards and then churn it into yet more steel production.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So now I can actually just watch your screen because now I'm not gaining information by doing so. Ta-da! Yep. Jen loves this kind of game.
Yeah, as so I've mentioned perhaps before, my dark secret is that I'm not much of a board gamer, but I work for a board game company.
Ha ha! One of us.
I was $1 short.
So now we can do the plant thing, which I can't do, but I don't know if anybody else can.
Oh, so close.
So close.
But can't.
Did I see that you have 7?
Yes.
Yeah, Jen has 7. Okay, well then nobody plant.
We're both
converts.
A reach.
Yes, you have a big thing telling me I can't make any more plans.
Right. Yeah, this is one of the few annoyances where it's very sad that it makes you actually say, yeah, I get it. I can't make any plans. Thanks, Gabe. Thanks. So, Jen.
I don't dislike board games. I just am not a huge board gamer.
Play conversion done.
Right,
I don't
get
have
the
enough plants.
lines of results.
Yes, I like the little race, the little race at the end.
The game is over.
Yeah, 44. Okay, you have 1,000,000 card points. Oh, I had slightly more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I win by a very small amount. Yeah, you had better board position. You had better board position, but I'm just ever so slightly ahead on everything else.
Yeah, I could only guarantee the 4 points from play, and I don't.
If it goes, sorry. If it goes another round, my result very, very heavily depends on the cards I draw, because I ended the game with a bunch of unused metal that I really wanted to use because I couldn't catch up with you on the minor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this might be the highest I've ever scored. Progress.
Woo!
Yay!
Live your dreams, everybody.
Zamazane says, got into board games because of RDI. So cool.
Excellent.
Now you can try other stuff like this, and
or
tell. By the way, tell us what you think, chat. What do you think of us doing stuff other than Slugfest games once in a while? Because we like switching it up, but if you guys are yawn, then we could maybe do something different. But tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Let's see. People play popular games. Lucky enough to learn about Rummikub. Isn't that wasn't that game invented in the 50s? I think my grandmother had a copy of that game.
Right.
Yeah, it's a cool
But like,
game as I
maybe it's
recall.
awesome.
Yeah, I
'cause
remember.
I've never played it.
Yeah, I think I've played it once or twice, and I remember it being kind of neat. So, new games, new ideas. So, Zabazane, does that mean you like what we're doing? I think that means you like it.
Eves.
Um, yeah, Tabletop Simulator is great.
It's
You
great
can
for
find all.
prototypes.
Yeah, it's as you probably already know, we do all of our playtesting on Tabletop Simulator. We don't do we pretty much don't do anything on paper anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, paper slow, expensive, and I can't put it into the computer to get it to
Right.
you guys.
Right. We as we showed a couple
Although
weeks ago,
you can Zoom Red Dragon.
You can play You can play Zoom RDI, but that assumes that everybody has the necessary components. That is much harder if you're like working with, say, a prototype of some brand new game, which might not even be conducive to that treatment in the first place. So.
Yep. Hard to say.
Okay, well that's all for today.
Thanks
thank
for joining
you all
us.
for joining. Yeah. Any parting thoughts, Jen or Sam? No is fine.
Yeah, I'm glad the card that wasn't like literal slave labor didn't come up.
Oh yeah, indentured.
That was an eye popper. I was like,
indentured
"Oh man, this game's secretly bringing it." I guess.
It's a new frontier out there. So
Sure. Sure.
What else? Yeah.
No,
So we'll be.
What do we
Also,
think about the design of this game?
The main reason I like it is it's one of those games that fits really well into the. It's a very good mix of luck and skill. Right, it's a game that you can be good at, but you're not gonna win every time, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the impact that the card draws really has on each and every game. Also, before this game, I would have probably put down $5 that Sam would have done this game's equivalent of effing off to Narnia, messed around with animals or microbes.
Well, you could tell through the whole game he was right on the cusp of, should I do that? But then he came to his senses.
No, my corporation did not synergize well with anything I drew. So I wanted to throw asteroids at Mars, and I drew one.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to go off to Narnia and do some microbe stuff too, but I didn't get those cards either. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna be a building magnet. I sure hope that I get a whole bunch of stuff that gets discounted with steel. I didn't.
Yeah.
So I did the boring thing of spend my credits on like choosing what the win conditions are.
Right.
Yeah, I have yet to make card discounts with steel or titanium work in any game.
Yeah.
Which apparently means that I really suck.
No, I think it just means you suck at drawing cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Draw better.
Yeah, because like I just it's like at the end of the game I had some resources and who cares? What will we be streaming next week?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
that
question.
asks what are we streaming? Yeah, what are we streaming next week, Jen? I think it's
On
just
the schedule it says we're just back to RDI.
so probably that we'll
More of the
announce.
same.
We'll officially announce later on, but yeah, probably just that.
Yeah. I think we switch it.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, then thank you all for joining us. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, stay gaming. Yay. And check out Terraforming Mars. It's really cool. So thank you all, and talk to you next week.
All right. Bye.